Good morning, good afternoon. Oh my gosh, I am dog sitting and I feel like I have 3 teenage kids. I have a little bit more than 24 hours of it, but geez, ow. I didn't think it would be as demanding as it is. They're good dogs, don't get me wrong, but whew, I'm telling you. When you live alone and you're only responsible for yourself, tell ya. But I tell you what, when you walk through the door and you have 3 furries, like, so excited to see you, like, oh my gosh, she's home. It's quite exciting, let me tell you. But I don't know if they're excited to see me or if they're excited because they know once they go out to pee, they're going to get a treat. So it might be the treats and not me. Today we're going to talk about speaking through disappointments. Numbers 14:17 through 24. It's easy to become focused on someone or something that we're unable to hear the Lord. It's easy to become so focused on someone or something that we're unable to hear the Lord. There we go. I'm like, that didn't make sense. In those times, one of God's most effective methods of getting our attention is through disappointment. Proverbs 19:20. But oh, how we dislike this approach. Disappointment is one of the ways the Lord spoke dramatically to the nation of Israel. In Numbers 13, he directed his people into the promised land. However, fear of the inhabitants so invaded their hearts, they refused to enter. As a result, God said to the Israelites, who were disrespectful and would by no means see the land, 14:23. And the rest would have to wait 40 years. 40 years. The postponement was so disheartening that they decided to change their minds. Sadly, it was too late. And the people were distraught with grief. At that moment, do you think God had their attention? Absolutely. The next time he had gave Israel a command, don't you imagine they listened a little bit more intently. We are hesitant to believe that our loving Father could be responsible for our frustrations. Yet God is perfectly willing to use disappointments to realign our thoughts and plans to his plans. Consider the difficulties that you have faced in your own life and whether the Lord might be trying to say something in the midst of them. This was for me today, I'm telling you, because I have been crying out to God at night and asking him why. There's been some things going on in my family, and some things going on in my personal life, and I am just saying, God, I don't understand. I don't. So I guess he finally had to say, you know what? Sometimes I need to get your attention. And if I have to disappoint you, then I'm going to disappoint you. Be it through family, be it through your parents, be it through life circumstance. Wow. Can you imagine, like, the taking the Israelites out of bondage, out of slavery, and then telling them, but they were disobedient, telling them, you're not going to see the promised land. I mean, they're out there, and I just bought a book about 40 years in the wilderness and the lesson, and I might do the lesson with you guys. 40 years. I mean, complain. Like, God just saved you from a life of slavery. And you're complaining. You're complaining about him giving you food, him giving you a life, him promising to take you to a land of plenty. And you're complaining. Oh, Moses, what about now? What about now? What about now? How often do we complain? Do we complain when things don't go our way? Do we complain whenever things aren't just like we want it to be? And I'm talking to myself. Sometimes in my family, and I am not the favorite child. Can you relate to, like, the favorite child? There's in my family is a divorced family, and on the one side of the family there are 4 children, and trust me, I am bottom on the list. I am the bottom child, and there's 3 original children, and they always say the middle child is the forgotten child. Trust me, I'm the oldest, I'm the forgotten one. My sister, who is the middle child, she was the favorite, absolute favorite. Now, when we were younger, she was the most disobedient. And I would be like, oh my gosh, just do what you're supposed to do so you don't get paddled. That girl got paddled all the time. And then our family adopted a young boy. And oh my goodness, he's been in so much trouble, I'm telling you. But my parents enable him, and they give and they give and they give and they give. But then when my sister comes around, it's like, oh my gosh, the golden child. And then my other brother became a pastor, and then, whoa, he went to the top of the list. So I always tell my sister, who's the chosen one, oh, you dropped to number 2. And the pastor brother's number 1. But then when the brother that's in trouble all the time needs something, boop, he gets to number 1. And then they're like, where are you on the list? I'm like, sometimes I'm forgotten. All that to say, think about your disappointments and learn from them. Have a great day.